and the Supreme Court has overturned Roe v. Wade.
The one thing I think about is all of these girls.
Some people are wondering if same-sex marriage will be next to be overturned.
It affects all of our privacy.
It rejects the principles of pluralism and equality that represent the best of the American promise.
And I'm tired of this separation of church and state junk that's not in the Constitution.
This isn't America. This is. You have the right to practice whatever religion you choose. That is your constitutional right, and I will fight to make sure you have that right. However, I will not stand for people using religion to oppress other people.
Just help our viewers understand this concept of Christian nationalism
that tries to merge our identities as Americans and Christians.
An organized quest for political power.
The biggest threat that we face in the United States and in Colorado is not the LGBTQ community, and it is not women wanting to have a say in their own body. It is the Christian nationalist movement.
The FBI is as corrupt as the Nazi regime in World War II.
The church is supposed to direct the government.
I'm coming at you from someone who believes in a higher power. I actually sit in my office and I think and I pray to God, to the universe, to whoever's listening, that there is something more out there, because maybe one day I can see my dad again. And I just can't help but think, if Jesus is the man that the Bible says he is, then that means he stood for forgiveness, for redemption, for compassion, not hate.
So we're in this fight together.
This is what's on the ballot in November: the rights of women, LGBTQ rights, and voting rights.
And the Republican candidates on the ballot, they're taking advantage of Christian nationalist ideology because they're not actually about freedom. They're about dominion. Colorado Springs has become the epicenter for something known as a Seven Mountains Mandate movement. Now, this is a fuzzy interpretation of biblical prophecy that claims that when Christians control the seven spheres of societal influence, Christ will return. They are literally trying to usher in the end of the world. Education and government are two of those spheres. A recent nonsense that we've all experienced with our local school boards is no coincidence.
The educational realm, many of you have run for office and most of you have won.
National level organizations with specific goals of deconstructing public education have co-opted 7M messaging and efforts for their own purposes. Big business and religion make strange and dangerous bedfellows.
But there's good news. There's light at the end of the tunnel. We are organizing and we are fighting back.
Because we're not going back to the environment that the founders, the drafters of our Constitution, left England to escape. This is Alvin Sexton.
This is Rob Rogers.
And on November 8th, we want you to find the helpers.